Oh shit! You know what I forgot to do, Katie?
Turn on the soundboard.
Yeah, I always forget to turn on the soundboard.
That's
I'm like a child. I get doing something and look squirrel. Or is that like an ADHD person?
I said look squirrel today and got a really cute picture.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So is this working tonight?
Yep.
All right, good. We're good then. We're good. All right. We will start the show then. It's March 29th. March. Jesus fucking Christ. I am not
I
with it.
didn't even catch that.
Woo! May 29th, 2023. And these are your Fortean Files. Bum 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 bum. You know what else I forgot to do tonight, Katie?
Cover the birds.
Cover the fucking birds.
I noticed that. Sorry, I should have said something
And
sooner.
and not only did I forget to cover the birds, I forgot to post the links to the fucking show.
Well, shit.
I am completely out of fucking sorts. So,
for starting early.
this is what we're gonna do, because I cannot listen to that all fucking night, I can tell you that. Give me a second, Katie. This is how we're gonna start the show tonight. We're gonna fucking, little redux. We're gonna go night driving.
Oh, I'm always down for a night drive.
We're going night driving, and just you can just mute yourself.
Okay.
I don't care what you do. I'll be right back. I'm literally gonna be right here. All right. I'm back. Oh, shit. You know, fucking Farmer Fred Smith checking in right out of the gate. Fred, tell us, how is our audio tonight? Because when I listened to the show back last week, it sounded like I was very, very fucking loud. So please, let me know if I'm loud. I trust your judgment. You know.
You don't sound loud to me right now.
Mostly.
Last week you did.
Because you're the only dude there talking. So, yeah, and like I said, I forgot to post the live links. So I might have to post do that.
Even without the link, we still got Fred. Count on.
Well, Fred pays attention.
Yeah.
You know, unlike some people in this world, Fred pays attention to shit. Unlike a man named Fuck Dean Cooper.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
One Dean Cooper, yeah. What the... Oh, that was... I went to the wrong page. What the hell happened?
I'll say he says we're froze.
He says we froze?
That's what he says.
We're not frozen.
I do not frozen.
I do not show as frozen, Fred.
Are we still frozen?
Fred, are we still frozen? Fred, what happened, Fred? So Let me just get the links up because I'm a fucking dumbass tonight. Katie, how was your week? Anything exciting going on in your world? Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend?
I did have a good Memorial Day weekend. I went into work on Saturday, but after that...
Oh, really?
It was all fun after that, so all is well. And it's beautiful weather. It's actually still 85 degrees right now here, so...
It was fucking 90-something here.
Nice.
Yesterday. No.
Love summer.
No. It was sweltering. It was sweltering. It was so hot. Inside the house.
Oh, yeah.
It was not good. I did not enjoy it. Kind of wanted to put my air conditioners in already.
Yeah, we put ours in this weekend.
Yeah, I kind of really wanted to, but kind of got laughed at by somebody that you may know.
Yeah, I think I know. I don't know if it was 90 degrees there today. Sounds like it's time.
No, it was yesterday. Today it dropped back down. So, yeah. Oh, now I'm like lagging.
I wondered. At first I thought it was me.
No, now I'm lagging. So this is good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a nice night. I can tell already. This is going to be a fucking hoot.
We're real professionals here.
Well, it's nothing we're doing. I've done the same shit I've always done. When I come in here, I set the show up the same way. I'm only broadcasting to one location tonight. Just, the Fortean Files YouTube channel. Not broadcasting to two different separate places. So I don't know. I don't know what the deal is tonight. Something's fucked up in the universe because you upgraded your internet and you're having problems.
Mm-hmm.
I'm direct wired and I'm pretty much should be fine.
Right.
And I keep having problems, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think the whole world's against us. Silent Bob.
It might be.
That's what I think. I think the whole world's against us. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know how to fix these things.
Me neither. I certainly don't have the answers.
As always, folks, for those of you that listen, we are still looking for donations for the Dunn family. Des told me this week that Fred had shaved his head, and I actually got to see a photo of that this evening. And he shaved his head, kept his beard. He looks pretty badass, I gotta say, in and of that. He does look like he's lost a little bit of weight. So, I don't know where he's at in his chemo. I know he's in, having chemo treatment. So, just give what you can. Last week I sent them a little chunk of change, and I plan on doing that in a couple weeks as well. So
I'm gonna send a little bit more, and I've been praying for him a lot too. So
yeah, and she said it's very, very helpful. She's like, and she told me, she's like, healthcare's free in Canada, but prescriptions aren't.
Yeah. Well, there's all sorts of stuff besides the healthcare costs themselves that they don't need to be worrying about money right now. You know what I mean? They have different things that they should be focused on. That anything to make them not worry about something is something.
Yeah, and I told her I would try to help her as much as I possibly could. Yeah. And I sent Fred out a graphic novel, and Fred and I, we bonded over comic books a lot. And I found out something, a comic that he'd like, sent it out to him, and she said that he's enjoying it, so I'm sending him out the next one this coming week. So, which fucking holy shit, the shipping on that.
Canada.
Yeah, and I found out also, the more money you send to them through PayPal, they charge you more.
Yeah.
Found that out too.
Bigger
So,
fees, bigger money.
Yeah, so yeah, because I think they wound up charging me like $4.99 or $5.99 from my payment or my donation to them. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, we are still asking for that. I will still be running the ticker during the show and the video. You know, for those of you who are just listening to audio, the PayPal account that you can send the money to is dreadfun@outlook.com. It's DREDFUNN@outlook.com. That's DREDFUNN@outlook.com. So, yeah. Otherwise, it's been a weekend. I live at the beach.
Mm-hmm.
So, it blew up this fine weekend.
Holiday weekend.
And as I told you, I'm sitting here Saturday. I woke up. It's a Saturday. I get out of work on Saturday morning. So I woke up. I actually woke up kind of early on Saturday. I only slept for like 4 or 5 hours. I think it was like 4. I was up before noon. Yeah, so it was 4. I'm sitting here and having my coffee and I'm listening to everything. The people having a yard sale downstairs and I'm hearing all the people outside walking by and there's like fucking motorcycles going by and scooters are going and then I fucking all of a sudden I hear just somebody go, "Fuck you!" I'm like, yep.
Summer's here.
Yep, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm done. Like this place was a novel place to live for a while. Like it was fun.
It's a cool spot
for a little bit. Yeah, it was a cool spot. It was enjoyable in a way, but you know, I got to a point with it where I'm just like, you know what? No. B, should say, and B, I want a home.
Yeah.
Like, I want a home. This isn't a fucking home.
Yeah. There's something to be said for that when you live somewhere.
Yeah.
Big thing I adjusted to were the fireworks this weekend. That's a normal thing around here, but man, they scare the shit out of you. Sometimes you're not expecting them. People got the big cannons and stuff where there's big booms for no reason.
We get them every Thursday night now.
We get them all day, every day, all summer long.
Well, we get them all the time now because of locals and shit and people coming in and shit.
Right.
But they're illegal around here, so they're doing it illegally.
Gotcha.
But the big thing is the town does them every week down at the fucking pier. So,
right.
Yeah, that's
cool.
fun. Yeah. So, I wanted, because I live in a beach town, on the beach, I thought we would start tonight off, Katie, with a story that I found, which I think you'll enjoy. I really think you'll like this.
Oh, goody.
This lovely woman. So this woman was drunk, drove onto the beach, and almost hit a child, and acts like I didn't do anything wrong.
Was this where you live?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. But yeah, so I found this tonight by chance before the show, and I wanted to share it with you. So here it is, this lovely little ditty.
Lots of dollars.
I forgot to. I could switch all my sound over. Hold on, give me just a second here. I'll do that. And boom, boom. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah, I can.
Who's driving?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Over there. We're just some of the people they almost hit.
Okay. Okay, what happened?
I'm not sure. I was the driver, and they kind of stopped us, and they said that we almost hit a child. I didn't think that we did, but that's what they told us.
Look at that.
Wh-
Unit on the reckless driver on Sparta Dunes.
Why? That does not look like a beach that should be driven on.
Well, the people are down here because you can't drive on this part of the beach.
I'm so sorry. We were
They're
driving
so
from
drunk.
Smyrna
Mm-hmm.
over here, and we were just trying to turn around. We didn't think that we could do a U-turn around
They're so
here.
drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Going.
Let me go look in the car real quick.
And that car is so fucked. It's probably a rental.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a rental, and they're gonna. Wow. Yeah, they're fucked.
You have
People
your
are
license
so
on?
stupid.
Yes, I do. It's in my phone, but it's in the car.
I would get your phone out of there. Your car's not going to be moving for a while.
Okay. Can I get it?
Your car's not going to be moving for a while.
Wow. Geniuses. Why would
Yeah.
you take your car
She's gonna
down
go to
there?
jail. Okay?
No.
All right, so you can go with her, or you can stay out and get her out of jail with a bond.
And why am I going to jail?
So right now, I think you're driving under the influence.
Okay.
All right?
No
Then we got
denial.
reckless with multiple people over here. You're inches away from multiple people.
Okay.
Okay?
I have them.
Sure, go ahead, turn it up.
And why am I going to jail? I thought this
So
was
funny.
hilarious. I was just like, and it's of course Florida woman.
Of course it's Florida.
Yeah, of course it's Florida.
Of course it is.
So I'm just like, what the
That's
fuck?
They were
Yeah,
trying so hard to not be drunk, but they were drunk.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I found that I just happened to find that was by chance, before the show tonight, and I said Katie would love this.
I do.
But anyway, after that little nugget, our first story of the evening tonight, Katie, from einnews.com. Thai Bigfoot expedition announced.
Okay.
Join famed Bigfoot researcher Tom Biscardi and a team of experts as they hunt the fabled monster in Thailand. San Francisco, California, United States, May 26th, 2023. Bigfoot is no stranger to the people of Southeast Asia, yet the legendary monster remains just that, a legend. To add some real evidence to the centuries of stories surrounding the mysterious beast, renowned Bigfoot researcher... Hold on there, EIN News. Whew. Slow your fucking roll.
Yeah.
C. Thomas Biscardi today announced the launch of Bigfoot in Thailand, the definitive expedition. Yet Tom can fucking slow his roll too. An effort that will finally uncover proof of Bigfoot in a country of believers. Reports of Bigfoot, or Orang Pendek as it's known in Thailand and other parts of Southeast Asia, are not a new phenomenon, but due to a variety of reasons, it is a neglected region for boots-on-the-ground searches, said Biscardi in describing the venture. In the U.S., looking for Bigfoot and other cryptids has become an industry. Searches are accessible for even a novice. There really are no barriers. This is not the case in Thailand, where weather, terrain, wildlife, culture, and politics all create limitations. Only a team like mine, with more than 50 years' experience hunting Bigfoot around the world, could take on such a trek. Could it? Could it, Tom? Biscardi will spearhead the expedition along with two of his longtime team members, Robert the Swede Holmberg, A tracker, hunter, and survivalist will be in charge of the field crew, along with Chris Contreras, an experienced researcher, archivist, and information extractor. In addition to Biscardi and his team, Buddhist monk At will be part of the expedition leadership team, drawing on his in-country contacts and cultural knowledge, vital to gaining access to lands and people linked with Bigfoot sightings. The first recorded reports of Bigfoot in Thailand date back to the 16th century, when residents in the remote jungles spoke of live hairy men as tall as 3 meters. Since the 1920s, thousands of sightings have been logged and dozens of scientific expeditions have been carried out since the mid-1970s. In 2005, a group of journalists traveled to many parts of Taiwan and Southeast Asia to search for 10-foot-tall giant man-apes. All of this activity produced no tangible evidence. And he says he's fucking confident. And there's a number you can call.
Oh, yeah?
To contact Tom. It says for more information, check the website or contact C. Thomas Biscardi at 415-518-8494.
We should call and ask him if his refrigerator's running.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can email him too. Now, listen, I am not in any way endorsing you sending, like, you know,
yes, don't
very strange pictures to Tom Biscardi, maybe of areas that he might not want to see. I'm not endorsing that by any stretch, but if you go to EIN News and look for that story, which was released within the last week, by the way, May 29th, to be exact, today, and you will find said story. You know, his email is there. So if you'd like to contact Mr. Biscardi and ask him about this expedition, but I would not in any way endorse you sending him pictures of lewd and possibly disgusting acts. I'm not endorsing that at fucking all.
No, you shouldn't.
So don't do that.
Mm-mm.
I wouldn't. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't.
No.
I am not endorsing it. Dean Cooper, she doesn't look like a surfer chick.
I think he's talking about the first video.
Dean, you're like a child that walks into a fucking room while the adults are having a conversation. Alright? That's what's happened to you.
Fine.
This is what happens when you get old. You become a fucking child again.
That's true.
That's what happens, Dean. I'm ready for it. I'm fucking ready to be a kid again. I'm fucking ready for that shit. Anyhow. On with our next story of the evening, Katie. I don't know. I thought you'd enjoy that one.
I did.
Thought
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Thought-provoking.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It is.
You know, because my first thought was, why Thailand?
Well, that's justifiable. I wouldn't ask why Thailand. I just go, Thailand?
Thailand?
Okay.
Let's see. What are we gonna go with next? Katie? Let's go with the one that I sent you. From people.com. They thought they were adopting a 6-year-old. Now they say she was an adult sociopath with dwarfism. Michael and Christine Barnett and their family were at an Indiana dairy farm to celebrate the birthday of one of their sons. The family was walking near an electric fence on the property, but their adopted daughter, Natalia Grace, said she needed to stop. Christine stayed back with Natalia, while Michael and their 3 sons continued to walk ahead. A short time later, Barnett and his sons heard sirens. The second I heard sirens, I thought, Christine is dead. Barnett said. He added, Natalia had been trying to pull Christine into the fence. The bizarre tale of Natalia's adoption gone wrong is featured in the new ID docuseries, The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, which will debut across 3 consecutive nights on ID beginning Monday, May 29th, airing nightly from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Pacific. An exclusive clip is shown below. We're not going to watch that. At the dairy farm, said Barnett, Natalia had been screaming out loud, I'm going to assume, fucking bitch, I am going to kill you. You are going to die. Barnett said he and his wife wanted Natalia arrested, but instead law enforcement brought her to a psychiatric facility for evaluation. She admittedly, to their face when they came to the 911 call, said, I am trying to kill her, Barnett said. They made the distinction that their visual told them, hey, that is a little girl. She is not really trying to kill anybody. She is sick. We're going to take her to the hospital instead. The story of Natalia, an orphan from the Ukraine who was adopted by the Barnetts, made headlines around the world. The couple claimed when they adopted Natalia in 2010, they believed they were adopting a 6-year-old girl. Soon after, they claimed they became suspicious of her age, leading to a bombshell claim that Natalia, who has a form of dwarfism called spondyloepiphyseal, I don't know, something, was merely posing as a child, was really an adult woman with sinister intentions. The Barnetts alleged Natalia tried to harm them and their biological children. The couple claimed that Natalia not only tried to electrocute Christine, but attempted to poison Christine's coffee and placed clear thumbtacks on the stairs face up so that they would step on them. In 2012, 2 years after Natalia was adopted by the Barnetts, the couple petitioned Marion County Probate Court to have her age legally changed to 22, changing her birth year from 2003 to 1989. The following year, the couple moved with their 3 sons to Canada without her, leaving her alone in an apartment in Lafayette. The Barnetts, who later divorced, were charged with neglect of a dependent. Prosecutors couldn't charge the couple with neglect of a child because of Natalia's court-ordered age change. Natalia testified during Michael's trial, saying that she didn't want to live in Lafayette. I wanted to be with the Barnetts, she said, and Lafayette Journal and Courier reported I wanted to live with them. Michael was found not guilty of 3 counts of neglect and conspiracy to commit neglect of a dependent in 2022, the Associated Press reported. In March, charges against Christina, the author of The Spark, a mother's story of nurturing genius, about her prodigy son were dropped, according to WTHR.
That's a wild story.
Yeah, that is a wild story.
I remember
that is crazy.
When the Dr. Phil episode came out on it. I remember DVRing it and like rushing home from work to watch it. I was like so ready to hear all of the things.
You know what's funny? The story that you asked me to look into?
Yeah.
The cult thing? I watched that on Dr. Phil.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Found that on Dr. Phil today.
Yeah.
So that's how I got some of my information. But yeah, I saw that one, that Natalia Grace one, and I was like, oh, Katie will find that one interesting as well.
Yes.
So
it's a good one.
Our next story of the evening from comicsbeat.com. Project Cryptid Anthology searches for the world's funniest mythical creatures. Ahoy Comics is celebrating their 5th anniversary later this year with the debut of a new anthology series dedicated to the world's strangest creatures. Project Cryptid will debut in September, with each issue featuring what the publisher calls unbelievably hilarious and hilariously unbelievable stories about mythical creatures from around the world. The first issue will feature 2 tales from the creative teams of Paul Cornell and PJ Holden, and Mark Russell and Jordi Perez, and will sport a main cover by Rob Steen, featuring artwork by Holden and Perez, and a variant cover by Taki Soma.
I'm so sorry, Chris, but I will be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Here's how Ahoy describes Project Cryptid. Featuring comics and short stories from well-established creators as well as new voices, Project Cryptid will transport readers from the depths of Loch Ness to the wilds of the Yeti's Himalayan mountains, to the Ohio backroads where the Loveland Frogman lurks. asking the important questions like, are any of these mysterious, unthinkable creatures actually real? And more importantly, are they funny? As an Ohio native, I'm glad to see the Loveland Frogman represented here. That's in the text. It's not me. Along with Cornell, Holden, Russell, and Perez, the new series will feature work from the creators including Alyssa Whitney, Alex Segura, Bryce Ingman, Paul Constant. Wonder if I know that dude. I knew a Paul Constant. Leanna Kangas, Henry Barajas, A.A. Rubin, Joe Illage, Melissa Olson, Xander Cannon, Gene Ha, Hannah Bahedri, Matt Ligeti, Stuart Moore, Madeline Seeley, Mike Spicer, Morissette, Stephen Bryant, Peter Krause, Richard Pace, Jamal Igley, Ted and Rowe, Lou Stringer, Lane Lloyd, and more. Project Cryptid is the latest anthology from Ahoy Comics. The publisher has previously released 4 iterations of the Edgar Allan Poe's Snifter of Terror, Blood, Death, Horror, Humor anthology series, as well as the anthology one-shot Steel Cage, the voting scandal around which continues to vex the comics industry to this day. And hey, where are Noah Zark and Bright Boy? Anyhow, goes on and on. It's pretty interesting, though. I thought the artwork was kind of cool. I thought you all might like to check it out and see this shit. There's like the little Bigfoot behind the dude.
That's cool.
It's that one, and there was this one here. I thought that was pretty cool. Wormy and Me.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that looks like an interesting little fun comic book venture. I wonder if I know that dude. I grew up with a fucking Paul Constant. Yeah. I wonder if that's the same dude. I might have to do a little bit of research.
Right. I'm sure you could figure it out.
After the show. Might have to call up my friend Steve.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Steve was a hell of an investigator back in the day. Yep, good times. So, our next story of the evening, Katie. Let's see, what do we got? From Dexerto.com, Dexerto.com. Woman goes viral after finding secret haunted room in great-grandmother's house. A woman has gone viral on TikTok after she discovered a mysterious room hidden in her recently deceased great-grandmother's house filled with items that are giving viewers the creeps. Everyone has their secrets, even great-grandmas. That's what a woman in Mexico found out when she uncovered a room hidden in her house that hadn't been opened for over 20 years. In a couple of posts going viral on TikTok, Diane Flores uploaded footage of a man fidgeting with a door in her great-grandmother's house before he's finally able to open it. What's inside, however, has users freaked out and claiming the room itself is actually haunted. Did she just open up Pandora's box? Once the man finally got the door to open, Flores peeked inside and couldn't believe the treasure trove of items she had discovered, many of which gave viewers the creeps. Religious statues, paintings, and trinkets were all scattered around across the room with boxes, furniture spread about, and even a crucifix on the wall. While some of these items may not seem scary, there were some disturbing details that made the statues stand out. Oh my god, the first little statue's eyes are black, one user commented. When you showed what was inside, it gave me the chills, said another. Oh, it's haunted. My great-grandma had a room like that. I could feel spirits in that room, but she lost 2 children, a TikTok viewer warned. Is this what we're going on? Like what TikTok viewers say? Anyhow. There is a video. I don't know. Is it?
I want to see it, at least in pictures.
It doesn't show anything, though. All it show... well, I guess it does.
It should be like an embedded TikTok.
I guess it kind of does, but it... Here, I'll pop it up so you can see it. So you can check it out. Share screen. Alright, we'll look at... Whoa! Are you seeing this?
I see that you need to hit replay.
What's that?
It looks like you need to hit replay.
All right, hold on a second. Stop sharing. Boom. Boom. Let's do this again. Share screen. Share. This is all there is.
Adentro había muchas cosas religiosas.
And that's what's inside.
Wow.
Poco a poco iremos sacando todo, ya que es un espacio que se
If
va
that's a haunted
recuperando.
room, every room in my grandmother's house
I was
was
gonna say.
fucking haunted.
Yeah, that's not as creepy in actuality as it was when you verbalized it, I suppose.
I'm just gonna say, like, that literally my grandmother had rooms in her house that looked like that because my family was a fucking group of hoarders.
Yeah, it's just a dirty old hoarded room. Like,
Yeah. Just
I mean,
a ton
sure,
of
those
shit.
little statues having the black eyes, that I did catch that, and that was a little creepy.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't think that's necessarily a haunted room.
No, I wouldn't say that.
But let's stay in that vein. Katie, from the mirror.co.uk, inside one of the world's most haunted homes, filled with creepy dolls and satanic signs. The haunted home in Mexico, known as the White House. No, that's a haunted home that we have right here. There's a dead man walking around in it.
Yes.
He still walks around. I'm pretty sure he's just dead. So.
Yeah. Zombie.
But yeah, was filled with creepy paraphernalia, including dolls, bird feathers, and satanic symbols. The urban explorer found. An urban explorer managed to keep his nerve as he made his way around a building haunted by a woman in a white dress. Jose Flores visited the home dubbed the White House, owing to the color of its walls, which is believed to have been a ghost-ridden since the 1980s. The 23-year-old was allowed in with the current owner's permission, but what he found inside would give even the bravest of people the chills. Opening the front door, Jose was met by a red satanic symbol painted on the wall. The discovery set the tone for the rest of the creepy trip around the house. Several doors were damaged inside the home, and Jose also found handprints and scratches on the walls and 2 prosthetic legs. Other discoveries were from people's nightmares, as he found a room full of dolls all hanging from the ceiling and a bath full of feathers. Some doors were locked shut, leaving only people's imagination on what might be inside. Despite the spooky findings, Jose was unable to find any sign of the woman in the white dress, who is said to have wandered the halls since the 1980s. He said, "The only thing we know is that the woman decided to leave the house because she had suffered a family tragedy. Apparently, she lost her son and husband, and people who pass by this place see the woman in white through the windows." On the second floor, the woman has been seen several times. Jose shared his findings on social media and has racked up 36,200 likes on TikTok. Many viewers said they thought they saw a running figure in the video, leading them to believe it was one of the ghosts Jose was searching for. And this goes on and on about literally nothing.
That sounds creepier than the first one.
Yeah, but the pictures are not really all that creepy.
Oh.
Like, that's the thing. Like, here, I'll show you what I mean.
Well, it's
So-
always a lady in a white dress, always.
Like, so this is like the dolls.
Okay,
And,
those
like-
are more modern than I pictured.
Let's see what we got here. So this is there's some other creepy bathroom inside the home. There's a
Okay, that's creepy. But
that
what
and
is it?
that. Handprints. You know, there's nothing like, I don't know. Staircase. Oh, it's a staircase.
It looks like it'd be a lot less creepy in the daylight.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Got a flashlight pointing on it.
I don't know. Yeah. Anywho. Haunted places. I don't know that I'm a big fan anymore.
No, I'm not. I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. It's not.
Yeah, it just doesn't grab me like
No.
anything anymore. So, our next story of the evening, Katie, this is the big one of the week. UFO spotted lurking above the U.S. largest marine base. We got aliens from foxnews.com. Not even going to fucking read the story. Really.
All right.
That much. It's Jeremy Corbell there, who is always releasing this shit. And I will read the beginning. A possible UFO with flashing lights was filmed flying over a U.S. Marine base in California in 2021 and mystified witnesses, but government claims it was a training exercise. Jeremy Corbell, who was the only civilian named during Congress's historic hearing in May of 2022 and identified on this phenomenon, obtained footage and pictures of the possible UFO and shared them with Fox News Digital. So yeah. So there are pictures and video. And this is the picture. Now, the thing that I heard Corbell talk about with this picture is that you can kind of see the craft.
Yeah.
As well as the lights.
It does look more like lights on something than it does independent lights.
Right. And everybody that spoke about these fucking things said that they couldn't have been flares. They were in the air for way too long to have been flares. They sat in the air for an hour.
Wow. Did it move around a lot?
No. So, and I'll show you the video, which is down here. I can, let me see if it's probably going to give me a freaking ad. Let's see if it does.
Ooh,
Let's see. Let's see what it's going to do today. See if we get an ad, Katie. Oh, yeah. We're getting an ad. Of course we get an ad. There we go.
Those are not aluminum rounds because aluminum rounds fall.
Alright, so can you see this?
And,
Yeah.
Alright, so it's right here.
And nobody shoots in a 5-gun section.
Okay. I see it now. Wow.
It's moving.
That is interesting, I guess.
Yeah, this is the, this is the sighting that everybody's, referring to.
It's a pretty good one.
So, yeah, it's
It
interesting.
looks good.
Yeah.
Looks better than a lot of the other crap we see.
Yeah. To me, it's reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights.
Where was it at?
Oh, shit. I dropped the news story. Hold on a second. Let me pop it back up. Tell me. Marine base in California.
Interesting.
To him by witnesses at Camp Wilson in 29 Palms, California, as a large, silent, and hovering triangular-shaped craft. But when he first saw the video, I guess, his first thought was, it's probably just like flares or whatever, or could be just, But then he saw the photo and said, oh, wait, it looks like there's more than that here. So, I don't know.
More intriguing than most.
Yeah. Yeah. Dean Cooper, my father-in-law, saw a lady dressed in white wandering around his house. Okay.
I'm a lady dressed in white tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Creepy.
Yeah, Dean.
Maybe
Wait,
I'm a
Dean.
ghost.
What did you buy some headphones, Dean? Or is your wife not watching TV? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Asshole. Mr. I Can't Manage. Our next story of the evening from themirror.co.uk. Mysterious rodent-human mummy leaves museum pleading for help. It left pleading for help?
Well,
leaves...
I have so many questions about that.
No, wait a minute. Like, that sounds like the fucking rodent-human mummy left the museum pleading for help.
Yes, that's what I heard. That is what I heard.
Oh, interesting. Staff at Wayne County Historical Museum in Richmond, Indiana, were
Whoa.
left perplexed after a mummified rat-human hybrid was dumped outside the gate without paperwork.
Rat human? What?
Museum owners have been left calling for help after a mysterious box arrived containing something that looked like a rat-human hybrid. The strange package greeted staff at Wayne County Historical Museum in the U.S. city of Richmond, Indiana, when they arrived for work on Monday. Inside was something resembling a mummy with a rat-like head, a humanoid body, and pointy teeth and claws, accompanied by a note. The note said it was the Richmond Rat Boy, and that it was found long ago in the basement of a local hospital, and that it once belonged to a circus worker friend of the donor's late grandfather. Collections manager Carrie George said, "My coworker brought it inside for me to open. We joked that it was probably a severed head. We all watch way too many horror movies." I read the note written on the box, thankful that I had at least some information about the contents, put on some nitrile gloves because you never know, and opened it. It had some old newspapers as padding, dated 2019. Rat Boy's head was the first thing I saw and initially thought it was a piece of terrible taxidermy. When I pulled out the rest of the newspaper, there he was in all his glory. Museum staff think the artifact is probably a gaff, a cryptid that was fabricated as a sideshow attraction like the so-called Fiji mermaid once exhibited by P.T. Barnum. Another such mermaid was recently analyzed by Japanese scientists and found to be made from cloth, paper, cotton, fish skin, and animal hair. Similarly, the museum thinks Rat Boy was probably made from plaster of Paris and clay molded over an armature frame and decorated with animal claws and hair. Anywho, you want to see this fucker?
I was just gonna say there better be a picture of this thing.
Of course there is.
Otherwise, I'm gonna be pissed.
Of course there is.
So this is recent? This just happened?
Oh, the story was just recent.
No.
Yeah, this Rat Boy.
The fuck?
This Rat Boy.
Oh my god.
This Rat Boy.
What an abomination.
This Rat Boy.
Who would do so? Somebody put a lot of work into that.
Wait, there's Rat Boy.
Okay, I would just like to assert that Richmond, Indiana is very close to Ohio. And this had to have come from somebody from Ohio. They're fucking with us. Fucking Ohio.
Hey, I'm just reporting the news, Katie.
It's really fucked up.
I don't
did
know what
not
to tell
see
you.
that.
This is the news story that I found.
Wow. I'm disturbed.
There's a Rat Boy.
Is somebody really supposed to believe that?
There's a Rat Boy. I mean,
I suppose it's a fun little prank. I mean,
I don't know what to tell you, and I don't know what you expect me to believe, but
I think
there
it's
is a Rat Boy.
if that's what you want to call it.
I
So is
guess.
somebody going to test it? Like, is somebody actually going to, like, cut that thing in half or, like, put it through an x-ray machine or something?
Probably not.
I hope not. It's a waste
They're
of
probably.
resources.
It's probably just like a fucking. Like they said, it's probably just like plaster of Paris or clay or
Okay,
some
although, if it were to show up on my doorstep,
Hmm?
I would want some answers.
shit. Would you? Like,
Yeah,
like
I
who put it there?
I would demand answers. I
Excuse me.
need information. That would be really weird.
Hey. You know, it is what it is. As they say. It is what it is.
Uh,
You got yourself a Rat Boy.
I don't think you do.
Rat Boy. He's come to save us all. Rat Boy.
Somebody's got a sick hobby out there, huh?
Rat Boy. Yeah.
That can
It's
be
like-
our new mascot. Is Rat Boy.
Rat Boy. Rat Boy is the cryptid of the Fortean Files.
Yeah.
I could be down for that. I could be down for that.
Yeah.
Be like our little Beetlejuice for Howard Stern there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rat
Yeah.
Boy. We'll just have like a little.
We could
like
have
a-
merch someday.
I'll have like a little shitty fucking stuffed animal made up. You ever seen those shitty monster stuffed animals that they make?
Probably.
They're not all that like great. They don't look like fucking. They're horrible. I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, we'll make it shitty. Farmer Fred Smith, let's start a Rat Boy cult.
Let's do
Farmer
it.
Fred Smith, I like where you're going with this. rat boy cult. That's doable. That's doable.
We can work.
I don't know. I don't know who we choose to lead said rat boy cult. Cause listen, whoever we choose to lead this rat boy cult is gonna die. Like,
Wait, why are they gonna die?
because it's how it always happens. The leader of the fucking cult always goes down,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
or going to jail. One of the two. Like, how do we do that? I mean, like, cause if you pick a person, like the dude is either gonna like have sexual relations with people that he shouldn't, or he's gonna wind up dying, or she, for that matter.
That's why we don't have a human leader, and the rat
We
boy.
make it a
that
dog.
is- No, it's the rat boy. He's our leader, the one that got dropped off on the.
No,
doorstep
see,
at
that's
the
just
end.
no, that's just a fucking. That's like the fucking golden calf or whatever. There, that's just a
saying.
fucking thing.
We don't have to sacrifice anybody's real livelihood if we do that.
Somebody will always get propped up as a leader in the fucking cult. You're dooming that person.
I'm not a
You're
leader.
dooming them, Katie.
I will lead no one anywhere.
Yeah, like I'm not leading the rat boy cult.
No.
What do you think
Oh, well,
this
Farmer
is?
Fred. He's the one up for the job then, I guess.
I
huh?
guess
You are our leader.
Farmer Fred. I mean, I hope you're ready for this,
Yeah.
because you're going down a road I don't think you're ready for.
I don't think he
It's
knows
the-
what he's getting himself into here.
It's the end of your it's one of two paths, Fred. It's the end of your freedoms or the end of your life.
Or is it the beginning of his freedoms because he's a leader of a cult now?
Yeah, but it ends. It always ends.
But it
and it
hasn't
never ends
It
well.
hasn't even begun yet, Chris.
We don't know if Farmer Fred is going to start having sex with all the parishioners' wives. It could happen.
You're right. It's risky.
Fucking power corrupts. Fucking. It just does. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
See, he's already started. All hail the fucking rat boy. It's over. Fucking Farmer Fred Smith will be rounding up people. He's probably working on. I guarantee you that son of a bitch is into taxidermy. He's working on a rat boy as we speak.
Yes. Actually, I'd like to see that, but
And then he'll be fucking having sermons out in his shed. This fucking rat boy nailed to the fucking wall. I'm telling you. Not for me, I'm busy farming. Yeah, so were the people in that movie Children of the Corn.
true story.
And look what happened to them. Look what happened to them, Fred. That's all I gotta say. Fucking rat boy. Rat boy could take over.
That thing was really creepy looking.
It was definitely just a fucking made up thing.
Yeah, but somebody worked really hard on that.
At one point.
See, but
People
that's
used
the
to do
why I
shit.
need to know. Why,
People
who
used
did
to
that?
people used to do shit like that though. Like for the circus and shit. Like
Sure, but
PT
this is
like PT Barnum.
2023. Who's doing that shit now?
Well, it was probably something from way back.
True, but that makes it even cooler. Like I want to know things. I want.
Yeah, where'd it come from?
Yeah.
I'd like to know where it came from.
I'd
Yeah,
like to
that-
see the full documentary with all of the information, please.
Yeah. All the backstory.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? Rat Boy's origins started in 1922.
That's what I need.
Oh shit. Anyway, so we're going to go into our break. We'll leave you with the sounds of night driving as always. We will be right back to bring you the second half of the show. We are going to talk about the what is it? Love is
One.
Mother God cult.
It's a good one.
This woman is a hoot, and any true crime shit that we got to talk about for this week too as well. We'll pop up and look into. But we leave you with the sounds of night driving. And we hope you all will join us for the second half of the program. And we are back. Dun, 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 dun. See, whenever we come back with this music, I just want to chill and listen to this music.
I know. I tried to find the same version on YouTube and I can't find it.
Can't find it anywhere? Huh.
You should send me like the full description as it shows. I want to look for it.
It just says, excuse me, night driving.
That's it?
That's all it says.
Damn it.
That is literally all it says. So, looks like we lost Dean Cooper.
Yep.
Good old Dean dumping out on us. So, yeah. Is there anything? Is there anything new with Lori Vallow or anything like that this week?
No, she's not going to be sentenced for a while yet for some reason, I think.
Yeah.
So, no.
So nothing
really
on that
new.
front. There's nothing on the Brian Kohlberger case.
I mean, he finally got formally indicted, I guess, but no. I mean, sure, there's like new stuff, but it's not anything that really is going to matter until we go to court, you know?
Right,
We got
right.
a lot of ways to go, and there's definitely nothing that says he's totally going to be exonerated. Like, this is going to go to court. So,
Yeah. Did I talk to you about that one that I just watched on that chapter, which is like very, very recent? The woman that wrote the children's book there.
no, we have not talked about that, but I have seen lots about that story.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's crazy. That's one we should get into at some point.
Yeah. There's not a whole lot out yet because she's just gotten arrested finally. I mean,
That
she
chapter
murdered-
did a pretty good breakdown if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's very good. I don't remember any of their names.
Yeah.
But she's the one who wrote a children's book
Yeah, she wrote
about
about
her husband
coping
dying.
with her husband's death.
For her kids.
Right.
Yes, it's a children's death book.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
she wrote it after she murdered. Well, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Until proven
Allegedly.
guilty. She just got arrested, so.
Yeah. But yeah, she got arrested for his murder after being like shoved all over the TV and
Yeah, she was on the news.
oh yeah, because that book was like super popular.
Yeah, she was doing Amazon deals and stuff, so.
She had another book in the works. So
And
I
made a
gotta
whole
see if
series.
this will fix that issue with my
Crazy.
green screen. It kind of does. All right. So I did. I think I was talking to you about this, and maybe I brought it up at the beginning of the show. I did dig into the Staircase documentary a little more. I am almost done with that. I will dig into the Crime Weekly breakdown of that within the next week.
It's at
So
least four or five
yeah, it's
episodes.
a few episodes. So I'm gonna jump into that and get into plowing through all of that because it's. I mean, even the documentary is a lot to get through. There's a lot there.
It is. It's long.
Yeah, you're committing to a lot of TV when you sit down to watch this thing.
Well, that's why I don't sit down to watch it a lot. I
Right.
do things while I watch it. But this is actually, I think, my third or fourth watch of it, technically. So
Yeah, it's my second.
it's definitely at least minimum my third.
It's good. The story is it keeps you. Definitely keeps you.
Yeah.
Like there's something about that story, how it unravels in that documentary that keeps you.
Well,
I'm not sure. I haven't watched the Crime Weekly thing yet, so I don't know how their way of taking you through it
right.
is, but you know.
There's something to be said for the documentary, though, that it was done over time, and it truly does follow you through real time of the court case happening through a decade. And that is a really unique, cool aspect of a documentary. I mean, whether he did it or not, the documentary itself has props for that reason. Like, I do think it's a unique take on a murder case.
Yeah. Oh shit. So, the main topic tonight for the second half of the show, which Katie got me to look into last week at the end of the show, and I did. And I spent my entire afternoon looking into Amy Carlson. I don't know that I found out much about her. But, I mean, her personally from watching all the stuff that I watched, but I got kind of an idea of the cult.
I'll say I saw some of her background. She was pretty normal when she was younger.
Yeah.
She was a manager of a McDonald's until she was like 30.
Well, yeah, it said that she left her job at a McDonald's to go to this fucking cult.
Yes. And before that, I think she had been always a little bit eccentric and maybe loosey-goosey with her beliefs, but she wasn't like certifiably insane like she seemed there towards the end.
Right. Yeah, and there were like all of her followers were let go. Like none of them have been charged.
Right.
They were all taken and cut into custody and then let go. No charges have been brought against any of them.
Not yet. I think tampering. It's been long enough now.
They dropped the tampering with a corpse thing.
Did
I think.
Okay.
Yep, because one of the things that they said was that the eyes were missing and they weren't.
Right.
They were just sunken.
Right.
Because she had decomposed for so long.
Right.
But anyway, we'll get into the story. I did grab a story that I could actually read.
Cool.
Because the one that you sent me actually. Do you have a subscription? Like, fucking Christ.
Isn't that a bitch?
Yeah, so, excuse me. Love has won. What we know about the cult whose leader was found mummified in Colorado. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. Colorado. What began as a wellness check on a member of a religious group in Colorado, sorry. I fucking got it stuck in my head. Turned into a bizarre horror story after the corpse of the group's leader, Mother God, was found wrapped in a sleeping bag covered in Christmas lights with the eyeless sockets of her skull decorated with glitter. The search of the home in Moffat on 28 April this year by Saguachi? I don't know. County sheriff's deputies resulted in 7 arrests and charges that included abuse of a corpse and child abuse, 2 children being present in the house at the time, which were subsequently dropped by the district attorney. The discovery of Amy Carlson's corpse was just the latest in the bizarre tale of the religious group Love Has Won, which some former members have described as a cult. The family of the group's late leader say questions remain over whether she was murdered after the case was swept under the rug, while the sheriff who found the body said justice was not done. On 28 April, sheriff's deputies conducted a search of a home in Colorado where members of the religious group Love Has Won were known to be living. According to a source speaking with the Guru magazine, a former member tipped police off that the group had been transporting the corpse of their recently deceased leader. During the search, deputies found a decaying body that Captain Ken Wilson of the sheriff's office had appeared to have been deceased for several weeks to a month. An affidavit claimed the body, wrapped up in a sleeping bag and adorned with the aforementioned fairy lights and glitter, was set up as some sort of shrine. The Saguachi, I'm butchering that one, County Sheriff Dan Warwick told NBC's Dateline the group was burning sage in the room and covering Mrs. Carlson in essential oils to keep the odor down as they were worshiping her. Wow, I mean, it's just, you shake and you go, wow, there's not much more I can say. I've been doing this for 26 years. I used to say I've seen it all. I don't say that anymore, he said. Investigators searched an SUV on the property and said the back seat was laid down in a position consistent with someone transporting the mummified remains. Deputies arrested 7 members of the alleged cult who had been living in the home with the corpse. Juan Castillo, Ryan Kramer, John Robertson, Karen Raymond, Christopher Royer, Sarah Rudolph, and Ma Obdulia Franco Gonzalez. I forgot to mention, this is from the independent.co.uk. Mr. Castillo was known as Father God and was one of Mrs. Carlson's many male companions to hold that title. He is believed to have helped run the group alongside Mrs. Carlson and may have taken over control of the group following her death. Saguachi County District Attorney Alonzo Payne defended dropping the charges against the group. Our officer looked at all the documents and everything that was provided, and from our perspective, the allegations could not be met beyond a reasonable doubt, he told Dateline. Amy Carlson, a.k.a. Mother God. Mrs. Carlson is believed by her group to be 19 billion years old. What is she, a fucking Scientologist? And to have birthed all of creation. Despite her age, the members also believe she is the child of former President Donald Trump. Oh. Oh. Well then. I gave birth to a woman. I'm amazing. They believe she exists at a higher consciousness level than normal humans and will eventually lead a group of 144,000 people into the fifth dimension in some sort of ascendant journey. That figure is significant in a number of Abrahamic religions and offshoots. In Christianity, the number represents the total number of representatives from the 12 tribes of Israel who worshipped God during the events depicted in the book of Revelation. She also claimed to have been reincarnated 534 times, even remembering living as Jesus Christ and hanging on the cross. She also claims to have lived as Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, and Marilyn Monroe, among others. It is unclear when Miss Carlson died, but a photograph of her unconscious in the arms of Mr. Castillo was taken on 14th of April. 2 days later, her family requested an ambulance, claiming she was having trouble breathing and that her eyes were rolling back into her head. According to a source speaking with the Guru magazine, the ambulance arrived to take her to the hospital, but emergency medical personnel were told she was not there. Mrs. Carlson claimed to eschew any kind of pharmaceutical drug or non-natural medical treatment, which may have influenced her members' refusal to hand her over to the ambulance crew. A spokesman for the group claimed in one of their daily live streams that Miss Carlson only medicated through natural means, alcohol and marijuana. That's it. Which led her to frequently appear on streams drunk and high. No shit.
No.
A former Father God member of the group, Andrew Profasi, told Vice News in a documentary released in March that Miss Carlson became bitter and abusive after nightly bouts of heavy drinking. Numerous videos exist showing Miss Carlson drunk, slurring, and making bizarre claims, including that she was speaking with deceased comedian Robin Williams. Despite her use of alcohol and marijuana, the group's spokeswoman, who goes by the name Aurora, said drug use was prohibited for members. In a photograph taken 3 weeks before she is believed to have died, Miss Carlson appears emaciated with thinning hair and a purplish hue to her skin. Her condition may have been caused by the large amounts of colloidal silver she was ingesting, the Daily Beast reported, citing a county coroner. Colloidal silver is sometimes used in dietary supplements, but there is no evidence the silver has any medical benefit, and if taken by mouth over a long period of time can cause the skin and organs to turn blue-gray, and in very serious circumstances cause seizures and organ failure. When her autopsy was eventually carried out in early December, the presence of colloidal silver in her liver was cited as a likely contributor to her death, along with the effects of alcoholism and anorexia. Trying to fucking see how fucking long this thing is. Yeah, it goes into the abuse that she apparently fucking was doing to the members and animals, and there is video of her fucking like shaking a cat.
Yeah, it's not good. She's definitely like unhinged. She yelled about chicken parmesan a lot. There's a lot of videos of her yelling about chicken parmesan.
Yeah, she was pretty pissed the dude brought her meatballs.
I like meatballs, but I wanted
chicken parmesan. Like, listen, Katie, I might like me a fucking plate of meatballs, but I didn't ask for meatballs. I don't know why the fuck you brought me meatballs. I wanted chicken fucking parmesan.
Oh shit!
Could you imagine?
No, I would have laughed at her.
Like, Jesus Christ, calm down. All right. I'll take the fucking meatballs away. Why don't you toot on these balls for a second? While you're fucking at it, bitch. Jesus Christ.
She was crazy, and that whole colloidal silver thing was like, you're clearly killing yourself. She was
Yeah,
very clearly dying.
Yeah, that stuff is crazy. People who do that shit are stupid.
Yes. And she was promoting
sorry.
that during COVID, which is really messed up.
Yeah, I agree. It's very messed up.
Yeah.
Farmer Fred Smith going all in with IMDb has a listing for a 1986 movie, Rat Boy.
Might need to watch that.
Is that going to be the like documentary for the start of the religion, the cult,
Could
if
be.
you will? I did post my name as the High Ramalama tonight.
I
So-
saw that.
For those of you that get that reference, we can be friends. We can be friends. And you can all be the ding dongs. Because I'm the High Ramalama and these here are the ding dongs. Oh, Jesus, we keeping you up tonight, Katie? I mean, I know this is a fucking boring ass show. I know it is.
It's not that. It's this medication I'm on. It's steroids.
Oh yeah. For your
The skin.
for the skin shit. Yeah,
Yes.
I know how that goes. I've been battling shit for
They've
a
been
while.
dehydrating me, and I've been pounding water, and I just feel foggy and weird and blah. But
Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that
my
feeling.
spots are going away, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
all you need. You need the
Right.
spots to go away.
As long as they stay away.
So this bitch was found by the police, like covered in fucking Christmas light. There's video of this shit.
Could you imagine being the responding
Where
police
is the
officer that found
video
her?
here? Let's see if it'll fucking. Let me bring it back. See if it'll show the video of her, of them going into the house. Cause it shows the body cam footage of them going into the house.
Yeah.
And talking to all the people that live there, and it's pretty wild. Look, yeah, hold on.
Because I
It's
don't think
not-
that article mentioned there were 2 kids living in that house that she was
Yeah.
into.
Yeah, she locked one of them in a fucking closet
Yeah.
for a timeout. Like Dr. Phil gave her like total shit for that.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was on Dr. Phil before she died.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In her full crazy glory.
So this is the video. Let me fucking pop this to full screen and we'll look at this place. Look at this shit.
That's so wild.
That's the fucking room that she's in. She's on the bed all wrapped in fucking Christmas lights. You can't see her.
Can you
but-
imagine being that cop and being like, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
Yeah. What the fuck is this? Like, Jesus.
If they had like filled her eye sockets with glitter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoa. If I hate ads. They drive me crazy. Drive me
Nope.
crazy.
I don't understand how the people. I don't know. It's all so crazy. I don't know how you can just keep a dead body in your house and expect to never get in trouble for it.
I see, again, I don't know how people get taken in by some of these. Like, I get it. If it's a charismatic dude or a woman, like, that has, like, some intelligence, and it's, like, these people that wind up living in squalor,
Right.
and like I totally don't even get. But if you're going somewhere and the person has their shit together and everybody's working together and there's some type of like cohesion, I can kind of get that, I guess.
Right.
But this stuff where you just believe some jackass,
Yeah.
who like looks like just some run-of-the-mill fucking asshole, which she was.
Acts like an asshole.
Yeah, she was just a run-of-the-mill asshole.
Yeah.
And that house looks like every shitty house I went into when I was a kid, minus the Christmas lights.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So I don't get that shit. I don't get how people get taken in by that. Like, ooh, we like Christmas lights and funky shit. I mean, you got lava lamps and the little fucking thing that you fucking put your finger on the side and it follows your finger around too? Do we get fucking black light posters?
They really only had like a dozen in real life people at the most. They had some online numbers from all their crazy live streaming they used to do.
Oh, they did tons of live streaming.
But as far as like actual people in person there committing to her, there really weren't that many. Like a handful, 2 handfuls.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't that many people, but still, it doesn't take that much to make sound.
Right.
You know, to be heard. Like, and these people, like those 2 women that she had propped up as like her mouthpieces.
Yeah, the younger ones.
They come off as not as if you listen to them, they don't come off as credible at all.
No.
But if you look at them, like just look at them,
Yeah.
they look fairly normal.
They didn't look like they belonged to that group, that's for sure.
No, not at all. So, these things just they kind of baffle me. They make me, you know, wonder about people. You know, wonder how these people can get wrapped up in this shit. That's so, to me, obviously, just a bag of garbage.
Right. It seems so obvious, especially now.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, yeah, like, how did anybody just buy what this bitch was saying? And then multiply it to more people buying what this bitch is saying. Like, it's crazy.
I mean, there ain't many churches that I could get buy into at this point.
Right.
Cthulhu. Maybe. I mean, the spaghetti monster. Where I wear the colander on my head.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what's happened for me with like organized religion and cults, and it seems to me like it's bastardized something.
It's all run by people, and people suck.
People suck.
People
And it's too bad. It's too bad because not all people suck.
No.
But people ruin things.
Yes. They ruin
You know?
things. We can't have nice things.
Right. Even good people ruin things.
Yeah.
You know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so true. So I don't think it's all bad people. I just think it's people.
Mm-hmm.
People fuck it up. They muck shit up.
Yep.
You know, this woman definitely mucked some shit up. Jesus fucking Christ.
She was crazy.
And she would like scream and curse at her fucking people.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Yeah, and she was drunk all the time.
Whore.
Natural and
She called everybody whore too. It wasn't just women, it was the men too, which I love. Like that part of it, I love. Fucking, you're calling the men and the women whores. Fucking right on.
there are some pretty funny clips that you can't help to laugh at, but
Yeah.
to think like this was the reality that a group of people was living in for a while is mind-blowing. Like people actually took this seriously and directed their life based on this. Like, whoa.
And then dressed her up in glitter after she was dead.
Could you imagine being the one that like took a paintbrush and like shoved glitter into her eye sockets? It's dark
It's
stuff.
fucking nuts. It's nuts. But hey, people who have strong and strange beliefs, they will do some crazy shit. And that has been proven, Katie, time and time again. I mean, look at that fucking Waco documentary. That
Right.
woman that talked about she was in Waco, and she was justifying him having sex with young girls. Still. Like,
That bitch was crazy.
religious beliefs fuck people up. I really believe that to a great degree. I grew up in a very Christian family, and it got shoved down my fucking throat from the word go. From the moment it could be, it was shoved down my fucking throat. And I can tell you that it's not helpful.
Right.
It's not like, and it made me be a different parent with my kids. You know, and I never introduced religion. It was never a thing.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, hey, you know, at a certain point in their lives, after they got to a certain age, I said, you know, you can come to it on your own.
Right.
And it's not mine. It's not mine to do for you. I don't. That's not part of what I do. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you want to know what I think or what I'll be more than willing to talk to you about it.
Right.
But I've never tried to shove it down your throat. You know, like you know, some people, I won't mention who, some people in my family have done.
There's a lot of people who crave that sort of thing in life, though, that like higher thing to live for or whatever. Some people really crave.
Well, some people think they need to save people.
Yeah, that too.
And I think those people should focus on themselves.
Yeah.
By and large, a lot of those people should just focus on themselves. You know, there's a lot of work that can be done right in here. Right in here. For everybody.
Yeah. Oh, 100% always.
Tell me different, you know? Fucking, I'm going to do the fucking Steven Crowder thing, set up the table. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a little something they can fix inside. Mm-hmm. Prove me wrong. Prove me fucking wrong. You know?
I couldn't.
So, but I look at these things like this fucking, you know, Love is One, you know, and it's Love is One, WON, not ONE. It's Love is One, as in we won.
Like we win.
Yeah. This shit, I don't get that. I just don't. The abusive shit, you know, but again, you know, it happens in the military. Well, not so much anymore. They don't allow it in boot camp as much. Basic training.
Yeah.
With the drill sergeants fucking screaming at you, but that's what they used to do. They would tear you down to build you up. And I mean, I guess if you give yourself over to that, I mean, I don't know, but I just don't get it. I don't get it when it comes to these things, because you're giving up yourself for an ideal or a.
Well, and in this case, you're giving yourself up for this bitch who's an alcoholic and screams at people and is clearly taking poison and dying and living in a shithole. So it's not good.
And she's into Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not what's going to turn me around for anything.
I mean, I like me some LED lights every so often, you know, to set the
Christmas
mood.
Lights,
but
sure.
But I mean, that's some excessive shit.
It's weird.
Wrap me in fucking Christmas lights. Send me on my way. Like, is that how we open the fucking... We open the pathways? These fucking things people do. This shit.
It's weird.
You know, and again, I'll go back to this though, Katie. I will say this. You and I are saying it's weird, but at the same time, I will go back to what I said a couple of weeks ago. It's not all that fucking weird. People believe in weird shit. Like, people believe in weird shit. It is weird. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's strange. But people believe in weird shit. And people have always believed in weird shit.
Right. Way back in history. Pulled a lot of weird stuff out of their butts.
Yeah. Like, so I don't see this as, like, to us, it's odd. It's strange. It's out of the norm. But if I'm really being honest, it's not any crazier than any other fucking thing that's come down the fucking pike.
Right. Well, and claiming to be a reincarnation of all these famous historic people isn't all that unique.
No,
She's not
people
the
have
first to
done that
claim
before.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know anymore. Like, what is the answer for this stuff? Why are people drawn to those types of people?
I think
Like,
it's a weakness.
This woman was obviously broken.
Yeah.
But why did she gain even a little following?
Those people had to have been more broken than her, right?
I guess. I mean, we know that the dude that joined her at the end there, who they think took over the cult, he had like a storied past, like of being in jail and shit.
Right. He was probably taking advantage of the situation.
Right. But I don't know. You look into these things, and especially with cults, and it's just, I don't know, maybe it's a reflection of yourself that you're seeing when you see these people getting sucked in. You know, maybe it's one of those things where you start seeing yourself in that person, and that's why you get so upset, or you faint, your ego's I don't know. Maybe I could get sucked in just as well as, you know, the next person. I'd like to think no, because I listen to what this woman has to say, and I just go, yeah,
Well, and
sure.
she says it too. She speaks with no credibility, you know?
No.
I don't think so anyways, but...
She speaks like an asshole. Like, that's what I hear. I hear like just a fucking an asshole, a person who thinks they know things.
I can't believe Dr. Phil got a hold of her before she died. Like, he must have known where this was headed, right?
I think
He's
he
not
did
an
2
idiot.
shows on her. I think he did one after she died too.
Yeah.
Or he did an update after
Yes,
she
like
died
a
or something
follow-up
like
show.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But he tore her down.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he went through and, like, he brought on a dude who, like, broke down cults. He brought on somebody that, you know, brought out the allegations of the abuse. He showed the cat video. He showed the video of her tearing down the dude for the fucking chicken parmesan.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Showed it all. And, like, kept asking her. She kept saying, she kept going, well, you're showing this stuff out of context. And he's like, well, if there's context,
Nice.
you know, he's like, you know, then give us the context.
Yeah.
You know, what's the
Explain yourself.
context? I'm giving you the opportunity right now. Tell me what the context is. And she just kept saying, well, you're just not giving me, you're not putting it in context. And then they would try to explain themselves, and he'd be like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, when they were, the women were explaining the timeout, the 2 women there, the 2 one that they prop up,
Yeah.
the young girls, and they're trying to defend her. He's like, so what's the explanation? And she starts to explain, and he's like, you don't understand timeouts. Like, he's like, you don't understand what that is.
Right.
You don't lock a kid in a closet
Yeah.
for a timeout. That's not what it is.
That's not timeout. That's
Yeah.
abuse.
So it was very interesting to see him tear her and them down.
It was a good episode.
He was very polite about it.
Yeah.
I used to have a very low opinion of Dr. Phil, and I started listening to him on other things and paying attention to him in certain areas. And I'm not so anti Dr. Phil anymore.
He's controversial, but he says some good stuff, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I think he tends to point out some things that probably should be looked at and should be pointed out.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and he's done some good pushback lately too. I think when he was on Bill Maher recently, he did some pushback against Bill Maher, which I really enjoyed. So, kudos to him for that. But yeah, this fucking story. For those of you who have not looked into it, there's some YouTube videos out there. Vice did a documentary. It's very short on the, and this was before she died. Quite a bit before, I think. And it goes into quite a lot of the stuff, the abuse, who she is, so on and so forth. There's the Dr. Phil thing. I found that on YouTube. There's a few other videos that are out there about her. I would definitely recommend you looking into them.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that. Now, Katie, I found us... Shit, did I get rid of it? Oh, yeah. I found us another cult to look into.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I found us another cult to look into. I'll have to let you know after the show.
Right.
While I was doing all this looking into this cult, something popped up, of course, because once you start looking for something on YouTube in a certain vein,
Yes, it brings.
it
you
just
similar
starts
things.
throwing you other things that are
Right.
like that. So I actually came across something because of that looked really fucking interesting.
All right.
So it's something I think I'm going to look into because it's right up my alley,
Okay.
so to speak. I definitely, I was like, oh, what is this?
No,
What
I'm
is this?
curious.
A man
know if I
claims to be who? Okay.
Okay.
And it ain't Jesus, I can tell you that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I found that. I thought that was pretty interesting. But I'll try to throw that at you so we can look at that either. Because if we finish the staircase thing this week and we can get into that next week, I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I would like to get into the Michael Peterson and Kathleen Peterson case. But that's going to be a long one. If we do that, we're not getting into this cult. That's not
that'll
happening.
be a solid conversation for sure.
Yeah, that's going to be a solid one where we have to cut the news short and jump right into it. So, I think, whichever week we do if we wind up doing the staircase next week, we'll shelve the cult.
Yeah.
For that week. But like I said, I want to start doing this more to the point of doing, at least covering something from each of the the true crime cult
Yeah.
genres in the second half. So, if time winds up being an issue, we can always, go a little earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever, try to, because I want to make sure that we're doing justice to this stuff as we're doing it. Like I want to try to keep that first, that first part where we do the fucking, the strange news.
Right. And shoot the shit for a little bit.
Yeah, at an hour. I like that at an hour.
Yeah.
But the second half with the cult and the true crime, that one is kind of it's seeming like it needs to be way more flexible for you and me.
Right.
Because
well, hopefully we'll have a verdict to talk about here soon in Danny Masterson.
I was hoping that fucking we would have it last week. But no.
It's weird that we don't. They've really been deliberating a long time.
Yeah, and they won't today. They probably won't tomorrow, I don't think.
Nope.
So they'll be back on Wednesday?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's going to suck.
Yeah.
Like, we don't get an answer on anything until Wednesday. We won't even know anything until Wednesday.
Might not even be Wednesday.
And it might not even be Wednesday. So, that's an interesting one. And for those of you that don't know, Danny Masterson was charged with sexual assault on a bunch of different women. Drugging them and so on and so forth. These are all the charges that have been brought against him. But I believe there's more to it than that. But anyway, Katie and I have been keeping up on this because Danny's a Scientologist. Her and I both watch the Aaron Smith Levin's channel, Growing Up in Scientology, which if you haven't checked that out, I recommend that you do. He's awesome. So we try to, her and I keep up on that like regularly. I was bummed because he did not put out a video on Friday.
Yeah, he did today, and he updated us on Friday. But
yeah, I was kind of ticked off that I didn't get a video on Friday from him, but that's just me waiting, fucking waiting around for the shit. Like, come on.
Yeah. I know.
Like I used to do that. I used to do that with Bigfoot releases too back in the day when people when information was coming out. I'd be doing the same thing. Like, when are we gonna find out about this?
Yeah.
When are we gonna know?
That's part of the fun of it, though.
Well, yeah, and we also used to debunk a lot of stuff. Back in the day, there was a group of us that would sit in Google Hangouts, and we would research stuff and try to find out where like images came from.
Right.
What the excuse me. And we'd sit up all hours of the night trying to find this shit.
Right.
And I remember one of the things that we were trying to find was it was a Bigfoot photo that, and I don't even want to mention names because fucking still gets bullshit brought up about it, but it was a prominent female figure in Bigfoot that had posted this photo. And there was a breakdown guy that we know who called bullshit on this photo. And yeah.
Watching that stuff unfold is fun.
Yeah, so we were looking into that long before the whole thing came down with that. Right. But yeah, those days were fun. That was some fun shit. And so I definitely like to make sure that we're keeping true to everything that we do on the show. With doing the first half of the show being the strange stuff, the second half of the show being the true crime and the cult stuff, and keeping it time appropriate, like so that we're not taking away from one thing to satisfy another as much as we have been doing with the time. So we can figure that out as we go forward, but like we've told you guys, when we started doing this thing, this is going to be a show in kind of flux for a little bit because we were trying to figure out exactly how we wanted to do this and what we wanted to do. Katie and I both knew we wanted to do true crime, and I wanted to do something about cults, which Katie was definitely on board with. And we both still love the paranormal, Bigfoot, UFO, strange shit that we do. That's always going to be a passion or a love of mine. So.
Oh yeah, mine too.
Yeah, but we'll definitely look into trying to get the staircase done, or looking through all the stuff that we have to for that, so that we can go over that. Hopefully next week. I'm trying for next week. I'm not giving anybody any promises.
That's all
for
right.
sure. But hopefully by next week. And then we will do the other cult that I came across the following week. So, but like I said, we do need to adjust what we've been doing because I don't like that we've been taking away from the beginning of the show to do the second half of the show.
Right, or it's been one or the other.
Right, because eventually we'll look into something like Bigfoot related.
Right.
I'm going to be honest with people for a little while. I'm burned out from that shit. So I'm not, and I'm not going to jump into anything right now in those genres, because I just need a break from it for a little while. And I like the true crime stuff. I like the cult shit. So
there would have to be something like really earth-shattering that everybody's talking about, I feel like, for that to happen.
right, well, and not, or I'd have to like want to do a deep dive into something that happened.
Right.
You know, like a dude who like that story we did about that dude that walked out onto the ice and disappeared.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that where I want to like really sit back and start like speculating and
Right.
like being an armchair quarterback
Yeah.
to the story. I love that shit. That's fun.
Yeah.
But you have to accept the fact that that's what you're doing.
Yes, for sure.
You're not an expert. You're not like,
solving any mysteries.
right. You're just fucking being a jackass talking into a microphone. Yeah. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy being a jackass talking into a microphone.
Yeah, it's fun.
Because sometimes I get to just spew bullshit, and I can admit that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And still have fun with it.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Yeah. Sometimes this stuff is just bullshit coming out of my mouth. That's all right too. But sometimes we talk about fucking real shit. Some pretty hardcore real shit too. Like this stuff with the cults and true crime that we talk about is some pretty brutal stuff sometimes.
It really is.
Like when we did the Sarah Boone thing, we showed the dude in the fucking suitcase. And that like, forget about even showing it. Like, that happened. Mm-hmm. That's how the dude died. So it's a hard thing to look at sometimes. But it's I don't know why. Like, sometimes when I watch these things, like, I have to avert my eyes to some stuff. It's so weird, but I still want to watch it.
Yeah.
Still want to watch it.
I think it's totally normal. There's so many people that are into true crime, so you're not alone.
Yeah, there's one that I had a really hard time watching. And I went back and rewatched it, and it's still fucking so rough. And that's that argument that happens between those people. I think it's in Pennsylvania, while they're shoveling their driveways, and the guy comes out and shoots both of them. It's all on video.
That is brutal.
You can see it all. And yeah, it's so hard to watch.
There's a lot that are hard to watch like that, especially the ones that are like nowadays. Everybody's got Ring doorbells and stuff, and
but to be honest, people should see that video.
Right.
That was an obviously mentally ill dude that had that gun.
Yeah.
Killed those two people, then went back in and shot himself.
Right.
Like, I hate to say it, gun owners, but we need better mental health screening.
Yeah, he maybe shouldn't have had a gun.
Yeah. So it's a rough thing. It's a very fucking rough thing. But watching stuff like that really bothers me. But at the same time, I'm fascinated by these people. I'm fascinated by broken people.
The choices they make.
Yeah, and these dark stories that I don't understand. I don't understand why this person had to kill all these people, or this other person had to kill their wife or kill their husband, or or their child, or whatever the case may be. It's just, why?
Yeah.
That is the question that I always come back to. It isn't like, tell me how this happened, or when this happened. Why?
Yeah. And
Why
so
the
many times we don't
fuck?
know why.
Yeah, and well, more often than not, we don't.
Right. Not a solid one.
No. So, on that note, I'm going to wrap this one up for this week. As always, please subscribe to the podcast over at Spotify. You can listen to it on Stitcher, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts. The only platform we are not on is Apple. Because fuck Apple. But yeah, go over and subscribe to us on Spotify. Download the shows, listen to the shows. We do appreciate it. Go over and give Fred some love on his YouTube page, youtube.com/dreadfun. That's youtube.com/DREDFUNN. Give Fred some fucking love. Go to the new Facebook page, facebook.com/the Fortean Files. That's facebook.com/THEFORTEAE. Facebook.com/THEFORTEANFILES. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. For those of you that are listening on it or watching on it, you're already there. But youtube.com/@the Fortean Files. That's youtube.com/the @ symbol THEFORTEANFILES. And the new Twitter page @Fortean Files. That's capital FORTEAN capital FILES. Come over to that page for those of you that don't like Facebook. And we will be back next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to bring you the strange news of the week and maybe some other shit. Something on occult or the staircase. It's up in the air right now. Episode is Farmer Fred Smith approved.
All right.
So there is that. We get the Farmer Fred seal of approval for another episode. So I hope you all can join us next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for more fun and hilarity. Or, maybe just some fun, not as much hilarity. I don't know. I never know when we start this fucking thing where it's going to go. So, we'll see you next week, people. Be good to one another.